So I've been having this tractor here on my driveway as a Christmas decoration. But it's, well, we're getting into May soon, so it's time to get rid of this. So I think we're gonna wake this tractor up, getting that into some work. So this time of year, on the daytime, the sun heats quite a lot, so it's soft in the snow. But on the nighttime, the minus degree comes in again. Around, we had 4 or 5 minus yesterday, and now it's quite early. So that thing creates a crust on top of the snow, so it gets really hard. So as it is right now, I'm going to be able to drive that thing onto the crust without sinking through. If I would have sinked through now, that snow would be around to my knee here, so it's still quite a lot of snow. But in a few hours the sun is gonna melt this crust again and the snow is gonna get soft. Yeah, let's get that thing started and haul in some birches before this is getting soft. Because in the previous video I did some testing with a harvester I got from my excavator. It's not really far from here, so what I want to do is I want to drag those birches closer to the road before the snow melts too much. And yeah, it's a really wet area, summertime, so I want to get them now while it's still hard. Yeah, with that oil. So the glow plug doesn't work in this, and it's still gotta be minus inside the engine there, so let's give it a few cranks seeing if it starts, but otherwise I need to heat that up before. Oh! I did not expect this to start. Okay, let's go test this on the snow, seeing if it holds. pretty good. I mean, on open surfaces like this, it's still hard. But if you go close to like a bush or a tree or something, it's gotta be undermined. So that thing you're gonna just sink through. Getting close to that. I waited too long to get here. This would have been possible this morning, but it's getting too late now. The sun is heating too fast. On some spots I can't even walk anymore around here. So yep, but I gotta need a shovel to get this out. Here you see how much snow there's still left here in the forest. Now we try to walk and go through it. It's up there. So this thing works really great on snow when going forward until the front wheel sinks down in the snow. Then it's just starting to plow. It's hard getting that up. I think you could kind of easily make some sort of skis onto this if you want to drive it around onto the snow. Would probably work rather good. The second you start to back with this thing, it just want to dig down instead of climbing up. I also tried to steer with the brakes, so you can brake each individual wheel onto this, but it just stays still if you try to brake one of the wheels, so that wasn't possible. You can see the water starting to drip. It's getting really soft now. scraping a little bit. It's still coming. I need to steer with the foot brake here. Now I'm locking that wheel. Oh no, it's back now. Oh, so I started paying attention to the foot brake there. So it kind of went to the side there. We're gonna need to unhook this. We're rather close to the road now. This thing is really sensitive when going to idle. Oh, no. I just do this. We're so close to the road now, so maybe it works. Well, let's try if we can winch these things. I still got a lot of logs left here, back there and there. So I just wanted to try this tractor, seeing how it is pulling logs. But yeah, it's kind of a lot of work for a few logs here. So I'm gonna go here with the excavator later on and just pick this up. It's way faster. So I'm having that in the garage right now. I'm modifying that with the harvester. So we're gonna go out in the forest, doing a lot of more work with that. So that's why I'm messing around with this right now, because I'm waiting for parts for that thing. Well, it was fun trying this, but yeah, let's get this back. I'm thinking maybe we should remove these tracks now. I had them on for quite a long time, and well, the snow is disappearing and summer is coming, and I want to be able to drive this around. So this is the return line to the diesel tank there. So I gotta change this zip ties I had here. These are not holding tight. It kind of want to drip when these are here. So we're gonna put some real hose clamps there. These are small enough. Yeah, those should fit. This hose was a little bit too big, but I think these are holding sealed there now. So it's time taking off the tracks now. So maybe next season we're gonna try making skis for this, seeing how it is in deep snow. We might do that. But after taking these off, we're gonna go and get a water pump. So when I was searching for these tracks, I also found a water pump that's PTO mounted. You can mount that in the back here. So I want to try that thing. It feels like it could be good for a lot of future stuff, pumping water. We'll see how much this can pump and the flow set from that, but let's get rid of these first. So I'm going to need to remove the tires and switch them so the tread get the right way and this tire gets further in, so I can reinstall the fenders that's coming here, covering the tire. So this is coming here, holding the fender. Maybe it's easier installing the fender first before putting the tire in place. So I'm gonna remove that. This was installed bad. The bolts are different to everything in this machine is from that back in the days. They used what I had. So if something broke, I took the closest thing. But the sizes are different. And a lot of stuff is broken off here. You can see a lot of welding. This machine had a hard life. M12. So washers. This is a custom plate they made to fit onto the hole here because all of them are broken. So this plate is held together by that bolt, and then we got, well, 4 new bolts. Ja, det är nog ganska bra att lägga, så lyfter man lätt upp dem sen. So the pump is supposed to be here. Oh, you cannot. Oh. So here it is. You connect this shaft to the PTO and the tractor. Spins the gearbox, spins the impeller, and starting spraying water. If it works, I don't think this has been used since it's probably standing for over 20 years. So Graham's been using this pump back when he had the farm, all the cows and such. And that is sure a while ago. So this has been standing for at least 20 years. So this axle moves easily. That's a good sign. Nothing is rusted stuck, even though it's been standing for so long. This closing valve seems to be stuck though. Let's hit that with something. It kind of started to move. It is a little rusted, but let's leave that open for now. But yeah, the water is getting sucked in here and coming out from there. So trying to read this. This says tractor pump KID 60/881006. So this is reading observe pump will be delivered without oil in gearbox. Before use, fill oil side 90 EP. Yeah, let's go through the oil in this before using that. It's been standing for so long, so it's probably a lot of moisture inside it. So let's refill the oil. I feel a little bit of fresh oil, so going through this. Okay, so I'm just gonna use some tread seal to get this tight. We're gonna need 3 of these. This is number 2. And this is number 3. So this will be enough. It's not really that easy, but well, you can kind of see the gears in there. So, oil changed 2026, month number 4. So this pump is getting installed on this axle here. Something I just realized, I don't remember if I ever tried this thing, if it works on this tractor, but I mean, why shouldn't it work? Right? It should work, right? In order to get that thing installed here, we're gonna get rid of this hitch here, because that is in the way. Get rid of that. Oh, the first mosquito. I need to remove the bolt from this when installing that. It sticks up a little bit here, and the axle got a groove that this locks into. Now it should go in. I just want to go in a bit there. Where's that? Oh, let's lube that up. I gotta test this axle first so it works and which way it's spinning. For this pump to work, this needs to spin clockwise. Maybe that is a standard. Everyone is spinning that way. I don't know, but we're gonna test that. It looked kind of slow though, but it's supposed to be 540 RPMs, I believe. And at the same time, this thing, I mean, it got a gearbox, so it's gonna increase those RPMs, so might work really good for this. This is where you start that thing, so now it's where it was running. I'm guessing this is neutral, but that thing didn't do anything having it like this. Or maybe that is for the front thing. Could be, I'm not sure, but it's marked, so it probably means something. I don't got a manual with me, so I can check that. When I asked Gramps about this, he said that it's never been used on this tractor. This pump is too new for this tractor. But he said that he used this on the other tractor and he had it like this. Oh, so these are two separate chains. He had it like this, connected to a 3-point lift in the other tractor. It's not really hard making a mount for this. If this works really good, I see a lot of potential using this in the summer for various types of jobs. And if this works good for this tractor, we could just make a simple mount here that connects on under this thing, so it's held up by that. But we're gonna test this first, seeing if it works. Yeah, so we're gonna go and search for the couplers that's supposed to be here. Yeah, then we can, I'm thinking we could take this just down the lake, just drill a hole in the lake and start taking water from there, seeing how much this will output per minute. Could measure that. Let's try if it's in here. That's the pump I used last summer for, well, my little goal adventure I went for. None of these have the connectors needed, so these are, yeah, that is just threaded connectors. There's supposed to be a yellow hose with some kind of super quality. Grams and my uncle say that it has space quality. That thing won't break, but no one knows where it is. That is supposed to go for that pump. Oh, maybe that's some kind of gearing for the PTO you could make. But yeah, it's not here. Let's take this with us. If this fits, we're gonna make a special otherwise. Look at this thing. This is our old powered kick that my father made back in the days for just, well, motorized in the winter. So this thing was spring loaded. Yeah, this was belt driven like that onto the wheel here, and when you pull this down, you tension the belt on that thing, the wheel started spinning. I'm not sure if this motor work, or I remember there was something with it. It was kind of, well, it didn't really have much horsepower, so it was kind of long. Yeah, it took quite a bit before it got some speed with this. But, yeah, alright, so we were searching for the hose. It's hard not getting nostalgic when searching for the old stuff. Look at this little oil pan. Like the design of this. Oh, there you feel it. So that oil pan is for this saw. Now when I got my harvester, we can kind of we can get the tree, making the planks, and well, make something. Yeah, we're gonna make something like from tree to house. Would be a cool thing to make. Just gonna need to learn that thing first. Well, it's not here though. Let's keep on searching. Oh, no bottom in that trailer. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I lost my shoe. Come on. Look at that. Explosive. So this was an old box for blasting caps. Electric blasting caps. Aluminum number 8. I like that, the seconds. Approx half a second's interval. Yeah, I like back in the day when it was, yeah, approx half a second. Today is like 25 millisecond, and that thing can diff. Is it around plus minus 10% of that time with today's rules? So yeah, wasn't really that. Yeah, back in the days, I like that. So look at this. So the mailman just went by and gave me a package here. So I just thought it was hydraulic parts for my excavator, but no, it was not. So this is a box filled with Polish candy. It sure is a lot. Look at that. Even Graham's got something here. Graham's gonna get so happy getting a gift like this. I remember these. I believe I got the same kind of things from a flight attendant a few years back. Okay, so this came with a card. Hi Matthias, my son and I are huge fans of your content, so we decided to send you some Polish candy as thank you. Hope you like it. Best wishes. Bartholomew and Peter. Let's put this here by my Colosseum. Alright, so I got a swing by Grams.
Best wishes.
Best wishes.
Grams.
Look at that. Här är den. Rymdslangen. Men det verkar inte vara några kopplingar inne. So we found the hose. This was the hose I was searching for. Space hose. Apparently. You can feel, well, it's kind of rigid, this thing. It's not gonna break easily. But the thing we didn't find was the couplers. So just for testing this, I think we could use this old hose they have here. That thing would maybe be possible pulling over here, and well, we're gonna try sealing that. This black hose though is a little bit cracked and dry, but yeah, I think we could get it to seal anyway. So I can get this just over the ridge here and use a hose clamp. That should seal this rather good, and then I can get this hose sitting rather tight there. So I mean, this thing is just gonna suck the water. We don't want that to suck air, so side is getting stuck here. And then the hose is coming in this. I'm putting some hose clamps. So I got this we can use here for the water coming out. That fits there. I changed that to this. Oh. Okay, let's start by putting it there. And then do the other side. I need to get this. And that fits there. A little bit too shallow here. I mean, this thing can pump things with particles in it, but let's try this with clean water. Let's put 3 here so it seals. You can hear the swans are arriving. They're waiting for the water to open up so they can swim around there. So we're gonna see if this pump is self-priming. It should be self-priming. Otherwise we're gonna need to help that. Well, leave that like that. I gotta stretch that a little bit more. Private. There's no water coming in this hose. You can feel it's empty. So we're gonna need to prime it. I'm gonna go and get myself a bucket so we can fill some water here. getting that to suck. It's a little bit too big to get in a hole like that, so I'm gonna make a bigger one. So even though I fill the hose with water, lift that up, you can see this start to spraying, but the instant I lowering the hose again, the water is coming out from the hose. It doesn't have enough suction to bring up that water, even though it's filled with water. So it's not really a positive sign that. Yeah, so it might be that this is too worn out, or I got too low RPMs on this tractor, but let's just do a final test. I mean, this thing is a little cracked here. It might be that it's sucking just enough air from this, so it doesn't have the suction for the water here. So I'm gonna throw some plastic over that. Yeah, so just so we can be sure that it's not this leaking air through here. Try to find this rather tight. Alright, let's give it a last try, seeing if it works. If not, well, at least we tried. All right, looks like the pressure is too low in this. Alright, so sadly we didn't get this to work. So when I filled this hose with water, I tried put my hand here feeling the pressure. You can feel like just when it starts sucking water, it was a slight pressure here. It was not enough. So I mean, this is probably just worn from year of use. I asked Gramps about this. He doesn't really remember all of the stuff with his pump, why he bought that, but he probably used this for empty water where it was a lot of clay and stuff like that. So sand has been wearing down the inside of this pump enough so it's hard creating a pressure. So I haven't totally given up on this pump yet. Well, for this video we have, but I might go back to this in the future. The thing is that I tried searching for this type of pump, Kid 60, but I don't find anything useful on this. So the brand for this is Renson. There are some other number here. Renson Land Rekies 010. Is that maybe a 9er? So if anyone got any more information about this, we might try to repair this. So I do got the new sandblaster I haven't mounted yet. I bought this winter, it's in another storage. I haven't mounted this yet since I still don't have a compressor for that. Also gonna need to buy that. Taking everything apart, sandblast that, paint it, and get it to work. The problem is it might be hard finding parts to actually repair this, but if someone has any information about this pump, I'm glad to hear that. So yeah, but sadly it didn't work. My plan was to go and borrow Graham's other tractor there, but it had the same 540 RPMs on the PTO. I thought that thing was faster, but it was not. I think we're gonna leave it for this time. So I gotta start focusing on the excavator now, getting that to work with that harvester. So yeah, but we're leaving this for now, and if anyone has any more information, feel free to write a comment about that.